I know it's really bad to start off a new video on a new channel with a disclaimer, but the video was originally gonna have like more, of like a Steel Ball Run, JoJo background theming, but that was back when I had 9 days to work on it, and now I only have about 3 hours, because I just was randomly sprung upon me that, oh, we're going to be out for a whole week, the week that I was going to use to work on this video. So I've had to settle for like Fortnite gameplay of my own in the background instead of the JoJo related imagery. And also the extension I was going to use to download things off of YouTube has just broken within the past week, so I can't use that either. But I'm gonna try and get I think it's called the YTDLP. It's something that allows you to download videos. I'm gonna get that set up for next time, so I can download footage instead of just having everything be still, images. And so I can get JoJo music for the next video, like the lo-fi sort of JoJo Part 4 music that's in the background of every single video. And also, I'd like to note that there's a bit more proof to the whole trailer thing, or at least a bit of news coming out at Expo, because they have been releasing, starting 6 or 7 days prior to the actual trailer release date, they have been releasing these things called visions. So they're definitely building up some anticipation to something happening on the 4th. Whether that's trailer or not, it's still a little up in the air. But I believe it'll at least be something Steel Ball Run related. But anyway, small intro disclaimer ranting over. We can get into the video now. Enjoy! JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Steel Ball Run may begin its second trailer revealed at Anime Expo on July the 4th. And in this video, I'll be breaking down what I think may be coming in the trailer, possible other things we'll see around this time related to JoJo, and speculation as to when I believe JoJo's Part 7 will finally be releasing. Hi, I'm Joel, and recently, after having posted my reaction to the Steel Ball Run anime announcement on YouTube on a different channel, having it do hella numbers, and then immediately having it get nuked off the platform for copyright infringement, which pissed me off because it was doing more views in the first 24 hours than people like X4 and Caleb, I decided it was going to be my solemn duty to create another JoJo video that'll hopefully do better than that one, at least quality-wise. Although I wasn't able to work on it for as long as I'd like, so it basically ended up turning into a 2015 commentary video where there's gameplay in the background, I'm just chatting shit. But to do so, I actually needed something to talk about in a video. So I sat on it for a while waiting for some Steel Ball Run news to come out, and luckily there has been some. As recently, the Instagram accounts by the name of The Anime Buzz and the Otaku Insider posted a list of some of the panels that are going to be taking place at Anime Expo 2025. This list includes things such as a possible announcement for Jujutsu Kaisen Season 3, Dorohedoro Season 2, and a Fist of the North Star anime remake. But what caught the eyes of the JoJo fans was the possible second trailer coming for Steel Ball Run on July the 4th at Anime Expo. Now, what makes me think this will come into fruition is the fact that it's been roughly 83 days since the first trailer. So, not as long as Stone Ocean's 126 between the first and second trailer, but still a decently long amount of time for them, to wait between announcing things. And while I do think that 83 days is a generous time for them to drop a second trailer, what makes me believe in it more is the fucking clacking of my glasses on the table. Now, while I do believe that 83 days is a generous time period for them to give between the two trailers, I believe that they did this intentionally because it's going to be released on July the 4th, which is significant because July the 4th is obviously American Independence Day, America being the place where Part 7 takes place. Place. Now, while this is all speculative, as it's not a substantial amount of evidence to prove that there's going to be a trailer coming, I do think it's enough to at least believe that there's going to be a trailer coming, as it would make sense for them to release the America Part trailer on America Day. So with this confidence out of the way, let's talk about what we could possibly expect to see within the new trailer. But before we do get into that, I'd just like to throw out a quick spoiler warning for those who don't want to learn too much about Part 7. If you don't want to go over the speculation part of this video and skip straight to when I think it's going to be released, skip to the timestamp that's on screen now, and you can avoid all of the juicy speculation stuff. As for what will end up happening in the trailer, I assume that we'll be starting off with an aerial shot of the Steel Ball Run race, including the initial crowd, an announcer in the background saying dialogue such as, "Welcome to the Steel Ball Run horse race. I hope you like horses. Horses are cool. This is a possible scheme by their president to steal this corpse thing that will allow him to usurp power from God himself, literally God. He's taken my wife and kids. Please help me. I've been feeling suicidal." And then cut to a scene of Gyro at the ticketing booth paying his admission to enter the race, hopefully hearing some of our first main character dialogue. After this, we'll see Johnny meet Gyro for the first time, the interaction they have at the beginning of the part where Johnny's in his wheelchair, Gyro is speaking to him, Johnny touches his balls, and his balls are magic, so he's able to stand up again. Perhaps later in the trailer as well, showing Johnny using Tusk or, his nail spinning technique for the first time, as I assume that'll happen within the first 12 episodes. After this, we'll probably get a small reel of some of the side characters, maybe some voice lines from them as well. Diego, Steven Steele, Lucy, Hot Pants, Sandman, with a possible appearance of some of the even more minor villains and characters like Poco Loco or Oye Komova, who I'm very excited to see. I love the Oye Komova fight. Love you, Pooks. And then, obviously, we'll finally be able to hear the long-awaited Steel Ball Run theme tune. I'm not lying when I say this. I genuinely think hearing the theme is probably going to be one of the most hyped-up things in the trailer. A, because people loved it in the Stone Ocean trailer, and B, there's been a lot of hype surrounding the Steel Ball Run theme for ages, half a decade at least. If you look online over the past half-decade, you'll find plenty of fan-made theme tunes and intro songs for Steel Ball Run. Friedrich Hebetler made a Johnny theme that got 26 million views. Nico Belisario got one that got 19 million views. The Holy Steel song, which people have been using on TikTok for so much recently in the run-up to Steel Ball Run. I honestly think if they do the theme tune right, people are going to go nuts, and it could honestly become the new version of Jojo'S theme, because when Part 5 was releasing and Jojo'S theme became a bit of a cult meme online, it was massive, and it was being played everywhere, and everybody loved it. Huge YouTubers were using it as background music and videos. Assuming they do this right, I could honestly see the Steel Ball Run theme song going the same way. Unfortunately, one thing I doubt we'll see, and honestly something that people probably expect that we won't see in the trailer, will be Funny Valentine. I don't think we technically saw Poochie in the first Stone Ocean trailer, but we did see Whitesnake, which is obviously his stand. But the thing is that apart from Akka in Part 9, Poochie was the earliest villain introduced in his part, the earliest main villain. Valentine didn't come around till a lot later in Steel Ball Run. So I expect that we'll probably see him in, a trailer for the second part of Steel Ball Run, because he'll probably appear around episode 23 or 24. That's when I expect the mindfuck episode where it's like, who killed Johnny? Oh, there's 3 gyros and a billion Wekapipos episode will be. Now on to the next bit of information. I want to talk about when Steel Ball Run will release, because as with this trailer information, while there's nothing that's set in stone, or huge amounts of evidence that will say it will release at this point. Again, what with them, or what with the leaks online saying that there'll be something releasing on July the 4th, and Stone Ocean releasing on the 35th anniversary of JoJo as a franchise, at least the second batch of episodes that being. I believe they're gonna go down the sort of release stuff on an important date route. And you must be thinking, what important dates are there for JoJo coming up recently? I mean, the 40th anniversary for the anime is not coming for about another, 4 years. I calculated that off the top of my head. Sorry for the pause. But yeah, so the 40th anniversary isn't coming for at least another 4 years. And other than that, I don't really know what else there'd be apart from maybe JoJo Land's anniversaries. However, a thematic date that does tie to Sealable Run would be the 15th anniversary of the last chapter releasing, which released in 2011 on the 19th of April, making the 19th of April 2026 a pretty